Happy Friday, everyone. We're finally getting started on working on the bar that I originally mentioned back when we were building the two family homes, which well, you can't really see it now, but it's a bit further behind this build. It wasn't really the original color scheme I wanted for this was to be warm, rustic, old wood planks, but then I recalled as I was doing the video of the family that he was just building this bar as he used to be a bartender and wanted to, branch out and have something of his own. So I figured it wouldn't really make sense to have it old and rustic considering the story I had for it. But I figured because his wife, he has a family, I figured maybe his wife could have helped with the decorations of this outlook, and that's why, because she was an elementary teacher, and I don't know, I just feel like this feels very light and playful. Like I feel like she, especially with her aesthetic, so I figured this would be a good, little story detail to add, rather. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. Originally I was gonna do brick just so it blends in with the surrounding area and doesn't stand out too much, but as I said in my last video with the healer in the lighthouse, I figured, I would add something. I would stop trying to make everything seem so coherent and actually show a little more character. So yeah, I'm very happy with what I ended up doing. And the reason I see here is called Market Bar. I didn't end up going for Market Bar for the name of the lot. I believe I went with I think it was Bluefin Grocer and Bar was the name. I will have it linked in the the description link if you guys want to download the lot. Oh yeah, it was Bluefin Grocer and Bar. I thought it would be kind of funny, even though it is green like decoration and such. I just feel that there wasn't really any green fish, and it's more of a. Originally wanted to find like an aqua green blue color, but I couldn't find any. So maybe the storyline is that he's colorblind. So, or maybe he likes bluefin, whatever it'll be. But yeah, that's how I named it. I just figured, while I didn't necessarily make this a market, I was gonna add some elements and make it more of a market. But I figured I would just keep it as a bar, considering he is a bartender. But I also thought it would be fun to add a little market thing to maybe pay a little homage to his family who were fishermen. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So there is a small area, which you'll see in a bit, where you have the catch of the day up front by the bar. It's not a full out grocer, but because originally I was gonna do the second floor as more of a grocery store, but I couldn't really figure out how to get these stairs up right there. Sorry, I had to let my dog out. He was jumping around, but I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the marketplace. I didn't show you guys how I did it. I did end up adding a marketplace. At first, I was really back and forth between not adding it because, like I think I mentioned it already, about the floor plan was a little off, considering with the roofing, but I did manage to make it work. I added a stairway inside, so I originally wanted it outside, but I really liked the exterior look and didn't really want to mess with that. But yeah, while the grocer is not necessarily, I mean, I wonder if it can be a small business. I wonder if there's a way to have that work. I don't think so, just because you would have to, obviously have items you can build, or not build, but sell often, or be able to, or craft rather, that's the word I'm looking for. But just a little decorative piece. It's not necessarily a thing. That's why I had this lot as a bar type. I was gonna make it a restaurant, but I just couldn't find the floor plan to fit in a kitchen because I really wanted the bar, and I didn't want to compromise on the bar. And yeah, so I did a little market area. Hopefully all the items do show up when you download it, just because it is debug items. I know sometimes they, when downloading it, it will disappear. So you will have to use the the bb.move objects cheat when placing it, which goes for all of my builds, but I haven't had any problems myself. But that is just a warning, just to let you guys know in case you do have any issues with that. But But one thing I want to mention is inside there's this railing here. I was gonna do a basement, but I figured for the grocer, maybe I would take advantage of the second floor just because I don't need that big of a space anyway. And I feel like a basement with all the fish and vegetables may not be the best place for it. It didn't really make sense. I feel like maybe the bar would have been better in the basement, and the grocer on the first floor. But again, I want to take advantage of having the second story. But yeah, all in all, I really like the look of it. I was very back and forth with the color scheme. I did change it to a wood brown, but then I decided just to keep this just because, like I said, when you create your own story, I feel like when you're building, like especially with the idea to have like, oh, maybe the his wife got involved in this and she's elementary student, it kind of made sense why these, the color palette will come across. It has her touch to it. So I figured that definitely made it seem more like a realistic and family-owned shop. So yeah, really loved. The more I look at it, the more I liked it. And I also did some, I did more pop of color inside because that was another thing I had with the concern, like when you see a lot of pier side, because I was looking up for many reference images, and I'll actually pop up on the screen the build that I use in reference, and it's pretty close to, I mean, obviously it's not exactly the same, but as I was looking at others, getting ideas, a lot of them had that nautical theme and that colorful, I guess is the best way to describe it. So I did do that with the chairs. Here you're going to see me just use the plain cream ones, which I did keep with these umbrellas, but I did change the colors of the chairs and the patio. I just switched out whatever I'm going to put here, and I switched it out for the colorful, these chairs here. Yeah, I just added, because originally I was going with the, all light beige, but I just changed the swatches. I feel like that helps bring in more of a, I don't know, it just feels very nautical, very pure side chairs for some reason. And yeah, I really like the look of it. What else did I do? I'm trying to think of any other changes I made. I think that's besides, really didn't do much. Like I said, besides the second floor grocer that I didn't show you guys, but you'll see in the video tour as always. And yeah, this video, hopefully I can get it up today, because I know my last video, I uploaded it pretty late. Because I was trying to do this as a let's build rather than a speed build. I just didn't have, I was kind of working against the natural light. I don't really do the whole setup. I just use the sunlight, so there was no sun for me to record. So, and I decided, let's do the speed build. And speed build was kind of fun too as well for me personally, just because I like to listen to music while I'm, doing this. Oddly enough, I was listening to the soundtrack to Arcane, which is a little different for a concerning thing. I recently just got on the show. I would recommend if you're into, it's an animation show. It's from like a show based off, I'm not sure if it's based off because I don't really play League of Legends. I don't know if you guys know about it, but yeah, I know it's an older show too. But my brother was saying how his friend was mentioning it and how it's pretty good, and so we watched it. And I haven't binge watched a show in a while. We finished the first season one day, the next day watched season 2 over the weekend, and yeah, it was really good. I feel like that kind of like darker undertone kind of shows. I'm sure you'll like that. I'm personally loving those kind of shows, but yeah. So listen to that for some reason. My favorite one, again, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, but the one was Stromae. I can never say the name, Stromae. The French artist. Okay, I'm gonna attempt it. It's like the one that my best enemy is the translation or something, I believe. I'm just using Spanish because okay. Oh, sorry, my dog jumped. He's stopping me from trying to pronounce this word. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. Again, I'm sorry in advance. Meilleur ennemi? I don't know. I'm stuck at French pronunciation. my brother, he actually took a French class back in high school, and he would he would take advantage of knowing it and would help us with the pronunciation. And he would always make fun of me because I'm very bad at, I don't know, I cannot do the sounds that the French language requires. Yeah. I also have trouble, I mean, I speak Spanish, not that, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm comfortable enough to like translate for a doctor, like in like medical. I'm just, casual. I only speak to my grandmother, really. If I'm not speaking English, Spanish is my second or my backup language, really the only other language I know. But with that being said, I suck at rolling my R's. I never could. And I feel like with French, I thought it would be easier, the pronunciations and the sounds, just because I feel like I have the best I could describe it is I feel like I have a fat tongue. Like, I struggle to say these words. And yeah, so I figured I would be decent at it, but he just laughs at me. So like, I mean, obviously I'm not good at it, but yeah. So that's kind of what I was listening to while doing this. So again, obviously I couldn't listen to music if I'm doing a let's build kind of format. Eventually, when I have the time, start doing more of those formats. I'm sorry if you keep hearing my dog. He can't decide if he wants to be in or out. So I'm just gonna leave him out for the rest. I only have 4 minutes left. So yeah. Yeah, overall, I feel that, and here you see on the little fish, the little, what is it, the stall fridge, whatever it's called. I did little not little, I keep saying, but I did a little this, little that, but I did some fishes, just to kind of showcase, the market aspect of it. And yeah, and then I did the same thing on the second floor, but that is more, pantry items, some vegetables, stuff like that, which you'll see. It took me a while to put that together, honestly. Because I feel like even if this was a let's build format, I would have to do a few speed build sections considering how much that took. I could have downloaded from the gallery, but sometimes when you download from the gallery and you move the items, they obviously move around, so, and mess with roofing, so I had to do it manually, which was unfortunate, but it took a while. I was also trying to find some debug, like I know that we have debug ice, because on the second shelving of the little fridge where the fishes are, it's just straight onto the metal, and the bottom how it has that look of ice, and I want to get that on the second shelf, but I have to debug all these stuff. And I don't know if you look on the gallery, you can find some rooms where people have done it all, and it's a lot of work. I was trying to look for like a big, maybe a flat sheet of something that looks like it could be ice, but no, so I just left it as is. Like, it's okay, I can overlook that. It's not going to be an item that Sims are actually looking in or getting, so I was able to just, I'll just ignore that. And yeah, so what else can I say? I also added a sink here, just so when they obviously have to wash dishes, I don't want them to be going to the bathrooms to do so. And yeah, I also, where the barrels are, I really love the look of the barrels there, but unfortunately I had to move it to put the staircase to go to the grocer. But I did move the barrels up over on this side, so they're still there, but I don't know, I just really love the spot for it there, but it's fine. I moved it. I also use these lights here, the fishes, obviously, to get the aesthetic, and then these here. I try to find as much like ropey, and because I don't know, ropes feel very nautical to me, obviously with the fishing nets and stuff, so it makes sense. But yeah, I was trying to get along that. I also finished the bathrooms that I did off of camera, and one thing I could have done was put the stairs right where the old stairs used to be, but I like having the full kind of section or area designated for, the patrons, I guess is the term I'm looking for, to come and drink. And yeah, here I'm just adding some minor bar details. Alright, that's the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Now I'll leave you guys off to see the video tour again. whatever I mentioned, obviously you'll be seeing soon. But yeah, the lot name will be in the description. If you are wanting to download it, so be free to check it out. I believe I called it Bluefin Grocer and Bar. I already forget the name, but yeah, I'll leave that in the description. You guys check it out. And yeah, see you guys next week. All right, bye.